Wait a second. Wait a second. All right, Brad, I think you can start.
All right. Hello, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever the side that you are in the world. Welcome to the one of the Power to Change series talk that we're gonna have today. A special guest, Eleanor. Soon gonna briefly introduce her, and this is one of the few Power to Series talk that we've been having so far, and this is our agenda. As you can see, we're gonna start with the motivation, why we have this talk series so far, and then introduce Power to Change, and then we're gonna have speaker presentation sharing, and that will be preceded by the speaker host interaction, whereby we're gonna talk to each other, have some questions, and then later you to the audience, if anyone has got any other question, you'll be really welcome to speak anything, and that will be ended by a call to action. So welcome to our talk. So by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Bright, and I'm a student also, and I'm an ambassador of Power to Change in Taiwan. And as you can see, this is the motivation of Power to Change, whereby we have different purposes in our life, and everyone has got to choose how to get into his or her purpose. And as you can see, freedom of choice, you have a freedom to choose your own purpose as well. So in different generations, Power to Change is trying to work to guide everyone to get into that purpose. And you can find yourself trying as your best to get into whatever that you wish to get into through Power to Change. And the target of Power to Change so far is to work together with different youth to get into the net zero and climate change purpose, to reduce the climate change issues. And it also helped and guide everyone to work hard to perceive or to achieve the different purpose that you anticipate to. And as you can see, Power to Change started as a business premise as by Domi, and it's one of the B Corp company, and in Taiwan, also in Asia, one of the few B Corps. And as you can see, the beginning was trying to bring energy prosperity to different groups in different places. And slowly it started to emerge into issues such as zero carbon or reduce carbon emission and ending poverty and stuff like that. And as you can see, we have the positive and negative side. We are trying to reduce the cost-free civic action, as well as to target different industries to reduce as much as best the carbon emissions. And the very first project that we have been going into was to target the e-receipts in the banking system so that we can reduce the paper receipts. And the positive is that we want to reallocate or to support poverty families in different areas, and also to help different poverty population. So it's in line with the SDG target. As you can see, we had different events in the past and as well now. We had different school speeches, as well as going to different schools and also online when, especially when the COVID began. And we are both targeting online and physical audiences in different places, not only in Taiwan, but also all around the world. That's why we're also hosting this kind of talk series as well. And we also have like booth promotion in different places. We're gonna have like a workshop, bring our materials together and bring people to watch and learn about Power to Change and discuss different issues among the young people, how to become a change maker, since we're all young people and we can bring the change that we want in the world. And in the past, we've been having different cleanup events from different parts of Taiwan. As you can see, Power to Change is divided into different regions: the east, the south, the north. And these different caucus or these different groups are trying to target different issues, trying to set up different goals. But most importantly, as we joined the national cleanup in Taiwan, we began to do different beach cleanups in different areas. And many youth are becoming awakened and are very happy to join us. And we are really seeing the change, the small change that we're making is becoming amplified among the different people. And so far, we've been having many talks. Not I mentioned few talks, but I think there are many because I think this is like 20 something talk. We began this since January this year. So you can see it has been a long way, and we would sincerely like to thank the support of our audiences, as well as thank the support of different speakers who have been devoting their time and efforts to come to the talk series and speak different interesting topics for the youth and for our planet in general. So we've been witnessing various works, and thank you everyone. And as you can see, we had many talks as you can see in the screen. So today we're gonna host a special speaker, and she is a very, I would like not to speak so much about her. She'll speak also about herself in the speech. She is Miss Eleanor Chiu, and she's working with a friendly seed. She is very enthusiastic with the environment, and she has been collaborating and working with different groups. And I met her personally the first time in one of the EPA conversations recently, and I've been joining like two times in like once in every year there's the host. And she sees the beauty of environment in different ways and tries to work with different people to bring the change through circular economy system and many other ways. She's amazing. So I hope that you will have a wonderful talk with her. So once again, welcome, Eleanor, and over to you.
Hey, hi, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, perfect, we can hear.
Okay, the voice is clear. I just want to make sure because I'm not in the office. So I need to know if my voice is clear enough.
Yeah, it's clear enough.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I've seen some of my friends online too, and that makes me really nervous. Okay, and today I'm going to share a little bit about the story of Friendly Sea and also about myself. How did I become an environmental educator in these years? So it's kind of a storyteller today. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share my PowerPoint. So just a minute. Let me share the screen. Okay, can you guys see the my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for Bright and Matt to invite me to share the story of ours. In the very first beginning, I was very confused and not really confused. I mean, very nervous and anxious about this sharing because I don't know what kind of story I'm going to tell. So after a few days, yeah, actually few days, even few weeks, think about this. I decided to tell a story about how I become me in these days. So the road to El Dorado. I don't know if you guys know about El Dorado. It's like a gold city in a like legend. Yeah. And for me, the environmental education or the concern about environmental environment is kind of my El Dorado. So in the first, I'm going to talk about something about environmental education. I don't know what kind of when you see the environmental education, the two words, what kind of image in the very first image appear in your mind. You can imagine, try to imagine these two words. Some people may think that environmental education may be about all the issues, about all the natures, and maybe all about like recycle or about pollutions. Well, yes, all of them are all about environmental education. But when you ask me about what is the first thing that I think about environmental education, well, the very first image come to my mind is the smile, not really smile, the laughing face of all these children. In the very first time I do the environmental education, I don't know what is really means like environmental education. I just take children outside the nature and play with them in the nature. Yeah, in the first time we don't call that a real environmental education. We just say it that let's go out and get into the nature and connect with the nature, right? And at that time, I saw a lot of laughing face, smiling face, happy face, and I heard a lot of their laughing. It's very beautiful voice. Yeah, and after that, actually, I work in Friendly Seed. It's a social enterprise who is devoting on all the environmental education, and all these of us are our co-workers. Yeah, we have almost 30 colleagues in this group. All of them that we said we usually we describe us as like we are abnormal person, because we are doing a job that we cannot make huge money. We make money enough for feeding us for our life, but we cannot like have a huge money in our daily life. Yeah, but everyone has their dream about to protect environment or to protect their belief in of the environment. So what do we do in the Friendly Seed in these social enterprises? In the very first beginning, we cooperate with government and with schools and with NGO or NPO in the very first beginning. Just like we have a nature center in different places, like in south of Taiwan, we have cooperate with Shaoshan National Nature Park in Kaohsiung. And also we work with Taijiang National Park in Tainan. So that's all the government association. We also cooperate with like Forest Bureau to design different programs for environmental education program for them. It's about maybe 8 or 9 years ago. It's what we do at that time. And also we cooperate with schools. Schools has a lot of teachers, but some of them, most of them, they don't really come familiar with nature. And most of them familiar with their curriculum, official curriculum. So mainly environmental education in Taiwan is like an informal education. So for us, we will go to school and give them other program, talk about like the ocean debris, talk about like maybe FSC concept, and talk about like air pollution concept in the school. Yeah, but recently, in these 2 years, we started to work with enterprises, and also we talk with the public directly. And all the enterprises is just like what do they want? In the first time they were asking us about the family days. We took out their co-workers to have a small trip to like maybe to do some beach cleaning or do some mountain climbing, and also we will move all the invasive species in the mountain. But beside that, we also talk to them about how their enterprise, how their company can reduce carbon dioxide, or is that to reduce the carbon footprint, or to change their industry chain to make their industry more green, right? So mainly we do a lot of things like this. So these are the photos that you can see what we do in the take children to the nature place, like this place. So we have the like bird watching, right? And also we have some courses about the environmental and culture, different courses between that. So you can see we took children to the ancient building site, and we have courses about that place. And also you can see on this picture, it's about the ocean debris clean in Keelung, Hepingdao. And also we try to move all the invasive species in the mountain. Okay. And also we went to schools we designed programs for different topics, just like the picture here. We designed a program about net zero to try to teach students in 5th grade, about 11 years old, to let them know the very first thing about circular economy and also about the net zero concept. We cannot expect them to be a profession after this class, but they all have a basic concept after this 80 minutes program, right? And also on this, you can see this is online program. We also use like a Gather, a website named Gather. So we use that internet tool to design different online program also for children, right? Because of the COVID-19. So actually last year and this year we designed about 3 or 4 of them, yeah, of online courses for children. And also we would take them to the to outside the nature and let them roll on the grass. It's very it's ironic that when we ask children to lie down on the grass, guess how many of them they were willing to take off their shoes and lie down on the grass? How many of them? Maybe 10 of them. How many of them are willing to do this? Guess it. Maybe at the first we think about we hope they can do this 10 of them, they can do all of them, but some of them they don't really accept the way we connect with nature. So well, 10 about 6 of 10, 6 will take off the shoes and roll around the grass, but 4 of them they will stand up there and try not to touch the ground, right? So well, but we try to use different ways and different methods to let them feel comfortable in the nature. Okay, so how did I go to become an environmental educator? Well, it's kind of long story and a little bit strange story. Okay, when I was in my university, I was in a university students. I never go out in the nature. Nature for me, like sun, I don't like to have sunshine on my to take some bath. No, that never happened. I don't like it. And when I saw a butterfly, I will scream and I will run away. Right, it's true. I will run away. And when I saw like bees or beetles, I'll never say about that. I won't touch them. Yeah. Okay. So every day of my life, I live in a big city. I go to concert hall because I am a chorus. I am a choirs member. So I enjoy the concert hall life. And also I was in the New York Institute of Technology. I studied there for 2 years. So I enjoy the nightlife there in Times Square. And also I won't miss what? I won't miss the department stores and the grocery. I go all the place, all of them are in the city. And I don't like to be in the nature at all. Okay. But how could I become the day I'm like me, like in these days? After I graduated from the university, I started and I also got my first master degrees in communication arts in New York Institute. Well, I started to try to find a job. Well, when I calculate the cards in my hand, I only got all of this. I have bachelor and I have a master and I have, well, seems like nothing. I only have like a radio station internship, and I am a choirs committee member, and I was like a blank about myself. So in the very first time, I went to a publisher of the textbook. So I went there and do the job for like a researcher for about 4 years. And after that, I keep asking about myself, keep asking myself that who I am and what do I want and what kind of life do I want, do I need actually. So in about 4 years, I try everything. In a job, I try everything. I go to like outside the market. I do the like businessman's job. And I also do the research and I also design courses in my research department. But I still don't know what kind of life and who I am or what do I want. I still have no idea. Okay. So one day when I go out for a business trip, I drive on the road and I heard a broadcasting, like a podcast. In that year, there's no podcast. Well, I drive and I heard the broadcasting. There's a program as they were talk about the volunteers in the Society of Wilderness, 荒野保护协会 in Taiwan. Let's say they are going to have like a environmental interpreter training in that days. So I just think about what is that? I cannot imagine what is like environmental interpreter. What is that? I have no idea. But well, I just think about it and I said, okay, well, I can try. So I made a call and I be one of them. I register that training and I will be one of them. In the very first beginning, I imagine that the environmental interpreter is look like very, it's like very, how to say that? Well, just like they stand in the nature and they are very professional and they are like, well, like those master in in the National Geography, if you are in the Discovery Channel, those masters that you see, that's what I imagined in the very first time. So I joined the Society of Wilderness about 20 years ago. Yeah, and at that time, you can see in this photo. Can you find me where am I? Can you find it? I'm not sure if you guys can see.
I think
The one from the
seated in
right.
front. The one, yeah, third one
In the
from
right?
Yeah.
From the right, the third one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's me. Well, the very first time I joined the courses, it makes me like crazy because, as you guys know, in the volunteer of the Society of Witness, we need to go out to climb the mountain, maybe to do some observation in the nature. And I was so afraid of those insects, and I don't like snakes, and I am afraid of spiders. But yeah, there's always but. Okay. I was my master was communication arts when back to my university life. So I like to take photos very much. At that time, some of my friends, they show me their photos in the nature. It's amazing, just like this. You can see all the photos, they took all the photos. Makes me so amazing that, oh, where can you have these photos? They said in the nature. Then I just think about, if I can have those pictures by myself, and they would think about, oh, then you have to, you need not to afraid of mosquitoes, and you need to take photo under the sun, and you may need to face snakes. You may, blah, 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 blah. But, well, I still want to take photos. So I try to not too scared of them, and not to be so scared. I mean, not to be afraid of them. So I try to communicate with nature by my camera. So after a few years, I become, I mean, actually, I found that I really like to take photos in the nature. All these photos, actually, all these four late photos are mine. I took in the nature, in the wild. Yeah. Oh, I took all this. Right. So I try to use camera to communicate with nature, and the more beautiful sight I saw, I also realized there are some tragedy happening in the nature. Like in the forest, we will see something like the tree was cutting down. And also when we go to the beach, we saw a lot of trash, ocean debris around the ocean, around the beach. And also the mountain is cracked. And also I saw that children are playing with the like maybe the cellular phone or the iPad for a very long time. So at that time, I tried to understand the or I should say I try to know about the story behind the beautiful, right? So today there's my friend named Benita. She's online too. She is one of my friend in the Society of Wilderness. We call each other like a garbage friend. That's because we know each other by picking up all the trash on the beach. We went to Xiaoliuqiu, and we went to different beach, and we try to clean the beach together. And that makes me think about if people, they all care about the beauty in their eyes, why don't they care about the sadness or tragedy on the back. So at that time, I realized I need to do something to make all to I have that responsibility to keep all the beauty continue. So I tried to I quit my job. Actually, the very first time I quit my job in the publisher company. And then I go to get my second master in Taiwan as for environmental education in Kaohsiung Normal University. Right. So after about maybe 10 years, maybe about 10 years after I joined the Society of Witness, I become the way who I am today. I'm so willing to take children into nature, and I'm so willing to talk about the environmental issues in different places, even in different public group. Okay, so yeah, the story is about to the end. So I'm just going to telling a story about only a little bit by about myself. That is, I know some of you guys are still college students, and some of you may not know what are you going to do in the future. To tell the truth, at that time, I don't know either. I just try everything. Every experience is important for you. Now, no matter what. Yeah, you never know what kind of experience are you going to have, or are you going to use it? You have no idea. So today I just want to share the story a little bit about the way the road I'm going on the path to the El Dorado. I'm still on it, and I'm so glad to know you guys on this long path that we can walk together. So thank you very much. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, break. It's your time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Eleanor. That was a very inspiring talk, I would say. And I hope we really learned so many things. And I've got also some couple of questions. And I believe also the audience have got something they would want to ask to you as well. So we move to the section of questions. Okay, so really that was a very inspiring talk, and I'd like to really, just make a simple conversation with you just as a host. And well, my first question goes to like, how do you see the situation of environmental education so far in Taiwan? Because you have been working, I think, a lot in this field, and how do you see it developing in Taiwan, and what is your take? Oh, okay, that will be another question. So far, yeah, what is the situation of environmental education in Taiwan?
Okay, about the environmental education in Taiwan is I want to separate in two different ways to talk about it. One is about this is environmental education is kind of a policy in Taiwan's government. Yeah, every student under the college student, they need to have like 4 hours education programs each year. It's for the policy. But well, you can say that policy is a policy because some of them they only they watch movies for 4 hours, then that's it. And some of them they just held some speech, but all the students are down there and speak 2 hours. Well, and then you got 2 hours records. But yeah, it's for the policy one. But also the policy make like the NGO or like enterprises like us, the social enterprise, like we have more chance to do more like better program about environmental education for all these people who want to get more information about environment. So in about these 10 years, we have a lot of different places for like environmental education like centers, or we have different ways to go out, and we can invite different teacher to talk about environment. So actually in these 10 years, we started to show a little bit change, because the like education is not fast. It's not like a fast way. It's a long process. Yeah. For example, we've been held some summer camp for college students about maybe 5 years ago in Taipei. And one of the students, a college student, she joined the camp at that time. After she graduated, she started to find a job, and she think about, well, she is so she's like actually she liked the idea of my team member. They create about the world of the environment, the new environment. So she when we got vacant available, I mean a place available, she came here to find us, and she's now become one of our members, co-workers. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And also we also have like camp for children. And when he is in the senior high school, he was in the camp like 6th grade. And when he was in the senior high school, he came back and asked us if it's possible for him to join our summer camp and to be a volunteer in the summer camp, because they think that it's quite important to tell other children how important is the environment. So it takes long time. But we see a lot, we see some change. Yeah, some, not very big, but little by little. Right.
Is it helpful, this integration of environmental education to the curriculum? Do you find it like it's really bringing a change to the future generation in Taiwan?
I don't get your question.
The question is that you mentioned that it in Taiwan, like you put environmental education also as part of the curriculum, like in some classes. Yeah. So do you find like the future generation is changing because of this kind of integration of environmental education to the school? Like their perspective, their actions.
Yeah, some of them, not every. Yeah, not every, but yeah,
depends.
Some depends, especially for the long-term program. Yeah.
Is it hard to move kids outside? I think this is a very good question, because you also mentioned something like before you witness a lot of kids just playing with their laptops or iPads, and you were also afraid of nature and stuff like that. Is it very difficult to move kids outdoors for environmental education?
I mean, if you design the program carefully and have different methods, well, it's not so difficult. They will think to get into nature is kind of a way to play outside. Try to play outside and make the environment not so scary. When I was in college, I was so scared about everything. But yeah, that's true. But now in here, when I saw if there's a snake cross the street or cross the road, I will run for it. because I want
Oh.
to make sure what kind of steak is that. Right. So
Right.
my friends in my university, they all think that what happened to you? Are you really Eleanor? What happened to you? What kind of medicine did you take?
It
Right.
transformed Eleanor.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of you have find different ways, different points that they concerned about. So
Yeah.
so well we design different programs from different methods so that children they are willing to follow us to the nature to exploring something, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful. And also, I also find in one of your programs, you try to bring in technology, like the use of some website like Gather you mentioned, and some other. It's interesting
Right.
for me. It's something new. Do you
Oh,
think
really?
technology has got a big role to play for the environmental education, or is
For
it
me,
hindering? Or is it a hinder to environmental education system?
you mean
What is,
is
what,
the
what is the role, yeah, of the technology so far in to aid or yeah, environmental education system?
well, mainly we still like prefer to take children outside into the real world, right? But when
Right.
the COVID-19 is coming, it's kind of instead, a method to instead of the when we are not allowed to go outside. So we use the internet gather. I don't know if you guys ever use that. There's a website, yeah, and it's like a little bit like RGP um game, RGP game, role play, rule RGP, yeah. Because I am not the player, so I don't know the full name, right? RGP games, yeah. So, but we design the programs into like it's quite like a game. So when children they get into the website, they are willing to solve the problem, solve the math, and to get into the destination. So for them, we put a lot of different questions and a lot of different stories in the how to say that, in the program. So all of them they are willing to spend about maybe 2 hours on that and to understand the whole concept. Yeah.
Oh,
About whole concept about net zero, even about like the culture. We have a program about culture, yeah, in the
right.
early Taiwan. Yeah, we also create an old city, right, internet.
Amazing.
Well, internet is not not necessarily bad. I mean, what if we can use that clever and use that for to attractive them for in the very first beginning, because after
Yes.
we have that camp on the internet and we hold a new camp in the real world, face to face, a camp, and we ask them if you willing to come to the real world to see the real building and to see the real world. Yeah, some of them they say yes, and they do come.
Wow.
Yeah, right. So the parents said that mainly when they send kids to the camp, the kids may not want to go because that's parents' choice, not children's choice.
The children's choice.
Yeah, but when the children have the experience on internet, they ask parents if they can join the real summer camp. In the real wild, and
Yeah.
the parents was surprised that, oh, if you ask, okay, go, yeah, try it. So Well, it's kind of how do you use internet for on education? How do you use
Okay.
it? It depends on it.
Yeah. I think that was a very insightful one. I also have a little question. In your talk, you
Yeah.
mentioned something El Dorado. For me, it's still new. Would you like to speak a little bit about it? Why you say specifically like El Dorado?
Well, it's another story. It's about El Dorado is kind of a gold city, right? And for me, the gold city is in mind. Because in the past, I mean, when I was in the I work in the publisher. Many of my coworkers, they have like let me check the word. Sorry for a few minutes. Oh, they were have depression.
Depression. Oh.
Yeah, depression. So at that time, I work from 8 in the morning, and when I get off the job, it's about 12 o'clock at night. Yeah, and after I got home, I still have to listen to their phone. They will call me because they were in deep depression. So I need to talk to them about everything, to hear their voice about maybe 2 hours. So I will sleep at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and tomorrow I will go to my job at 8 o'clock. So in that days, I don't really enjoy my life. Also my co-workers, we earn a lot of money actually at that time. We earn a lot of money, but everyone, they need to go to hospital, and they need to, I mean, there are too many stress. And I was thinking, what kind of life, that makes me think about what kind of life I'm going to have. I'm going to have the life like this, or I can find another way to have a different life. So after I became a volunteer of the Society of Readiness, I started to concern about other things. I concern about the nature, I concern about the environment, I concern about other things. And even though the salary is not so high because I changed my job, but my life and the people around me, they are more like happier, right? And also for me, my life philosophy is kind of different, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of quite different from the day before. Yeah, the day before I work in the publisher, right? So for me, yeah, it's kind of environment is kind of El Dorado, but we need to make our efforts to keep the El Dorado is a real, I mean, real like a gold city, right? Yeah, we have that responsibility to keep that place. Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I guess this is the end of this session, but I would like to see if there is any message or any other question from the audience. Christina, is there anything, or anyone who has just one question, maybe? I guess nothing, right? All right, so because we don't have any further questions, I would like to sincerely speak about the call to action a little bit for the power to change. Because we have now these two sides, power to change and friendly seed. And as power to change, we really try to advocate the change in the system through the youth, as well as through the commercial system, as mentioned earlier, that from the banking system, we try to bring the change from the paper bills to the e-bills. It's a very simple action. We have a petition for that. I'll put up a QR for that for to sign up. And it's a kind of a movement among the young people. And that's just a starting point. And we also have different other issues, including to end poverty and to shine the light to the people. So as part to change, we advocate the change in such ways, and we hope that we will have more support from different people, and more collaborations from different parties. And I don't know, over to Friendly Seed, Eleanor, if you have any call to action based on your speech or based on Friendly Seed so far.
Well, just try to change a little bit every day. And you don't have to compare with others. You compare with yourself. You can have a little bit different of yourself every day. Yeah, it will make a big process after maybe few weeks, maybe after 10 years. Just keep doing that.
I like the word seed. Like we are the seeds to bring the
oh yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, like we are the seeds who plant the seed in people's mind, right?
Right. Okay, so
thank you.
Without further ado, I'd like to welcome everyone to please support the Power to Change petition through this link over the QR code. You can just simply scan over your screen, whether you're viewing this on laptop or on your phone. And this is just part of your contribution that we would like to present later to the banks and other institutions that we want to advocate to change through the change from the paper billing to the e-billing. And yeah, I see from the chats there are a lot of people thanking you, Eleanor, for your great talk. And we really hope that we can also welcome you again next time. And thank you really for showing up.
Or actually, you can also invite my friend Belinda. She is an artist of environment. She organized a lot of international art exhibition in different places. Yeah, maybe next time you can invite her. I can give you her connection message.
Wonderful. The talk series is open to many other wonderful speakers out there. So really welcome. Any further views from the other friends? Christina or any other? No one? Well, this is the end of today's series talk, and really thank you everyone for your participation, and thanks again to Eleanor, and we hope we're gonna see each other and still do more to bring changes in Taiwan and also East Asia and other places in the world as well. So thank you. And lastly, just to mention that we have a global movement. Power to Change is not only based in Taiwan. So we have Power to Change in Paraguay, in Japan, in Malaysia as well. And they also have different activities. So please, if you hear from them, you're also welcome to join them. And up next, we have also product talks, amazing from Brian team, as well as from two of my friends who happened to go to Antarctica for exploration. And also we have another talk by Holly, about the upcycled food. So please, if you have time in any of these Saturdays, you're welcome to join to participate. And last but not least is that we have the Power to Change forum coming very soon on 16th. Is it? Yeah. So anyone who is able to participate, please, you're welcome. In this forum, you will have the chance to meet the people from all of our places, like Japan and all those teams that I mentioned earlier, Paraguay and etc. So please welcome. And Thailand as well. Yeah. And yeah, thank you so much again. And this is the time we are going to close by a group photo. So please open your cameras, and I would like to ask Christina from the other side to take a photo for us, and I'll stop sharing from here.
All right. So I will give 5 seconds for people to turn on their camera. Yeah, okay. 5, 4, 3,
Don't be shy.
2, 1. Okay, all right. That's it.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Back to you, Bright.
Yeah,
Thank
that's it for
you.
today. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. And
Thank
see you
you.
next time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
sharing.
Bye.